Released in November 2001, an Xbox launch title brimming with fun. Developed by Bungie, their motley crew. Sit back and relax as I regale the story of Halo Combat Evolved to you. Part 1. The Pillar of Autumn. Our tale begins with a jump through space. The Pillar of Autumn flees the Covenant race. There is no time for the crew to regroup. The menace behind is in close pursuit. In the distance is seen a peculiar thing. Aloft in the heavens, a gigantic ring. The captain aboard, the noble Keys, wastes not a moment, a solution he sees. It is time to awaken the Master Chief from Cryo Bay B, where he's fast asleep. Emerging at once from his human fridge, he fights his way up to the Autumn's bridge. The AI of the ship, Cortana, we see. To the chief with a smile says,
"So you did miss me."
Keys unveils his plan, a way through the gauntlet.
The object we found, I'm gonna try and land the Autumn on it.
He instructs the chief to take the AI and to flee in a dropship to the ring in the sky, to learn what he can of this strange installation that may help humanity find their salvation. With Cortana installed in his Mjolnir suit, through swaths of Covenant he'll punch and shoot his way to a dropship boarded with crew. They fall to the ring and to mysteries new. Part 2. Halo and the Truth and Reconciliation. There's mechanical trouble, trajectory whirly.
Damn! Air brake failure! They blew too early!
The shuttle crashes down, the crew sadly dead, as a Covenant dropship sails in overhead. Chief makes his escape and finds some Marines. Sergeant Johnson emerges onto the scene. A Covenant assault is about to begin. Chief readies his gun. His Marines fight and win. There are other Marines elsewhere on the ring. 3 dropships came down a few kilometers upspin. At this point, Cortana makes a dumb observation.
This cave is not a natural formation.
Over time, the Marines that came down are all saved, but reports soon arrive that Keys is enslaved. The Covenant have him held in a ship on the station, in the brig of the Truth and Reconciliation. A covert assault on the ship is the plan, to rescue the captain as soon as they can. They reach the ship and fight their way through, saving the captain and some crew members too. While sitting alone in his Covenant cell, the captain overheard some elite guards tell of some intel on Halo, a map they could use, called the Silent Cartographer. There was no time to lose. Part 3. The Silent Cartographer and Assault on the Control Room. The island ahead was soon within reach. As pelicans landed, they stormed up the beach, the Covenant overlord soon taken down, as a warthog was dropped onto the ground. The chief drives quickly, pedal to the floor, and arrives at the cartographer's security door. It is fashioned shut by the Covenant ahead. He must now find controls to unlock it instead. He fights through the island's elites and hunters. Whittling down the Covenant's numbers, he unlocks the door and shoots his way down to the map room that's hidden deep underground. As the secrets of the cartographer begin to unfold, Cortana finds the location of Halo's controls. Instead of taking the long way around, Cortana suggests
Aerial insertion from underground.
they fly through the ring to the landing zone, and Chief and Cortana disembark alone. They battle across the ring on foot and in tank, as Banshees above dive and bank. Pushing his way through impossible odds, they reach the control room feeling like gods. Cortana is placed in the terminal port, and through all the data her processes sort. As Chief starts to ask what weapons Halo is carrying, Cortana snaps back.
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian. It's
Panic in her eyes, she doubts what she sees. Then an urgent cry that we need to find Keys. The Chief doesn't question, he turns and he runs. He leaves Cortana, just his wits and his guns. He boards a dropship to chase after the captain, unaware of the horrors poised to happen. Part 4. 343 Guilty Spark and the Library. The Chief lands down in a swamp most vile, as he sets out to begin his arduous trial of finding Keys before it's too late, to save him from his mysterious fate. He finds a structure deep underground, with signs of battle seen all around. He finds a Marine, babbling, insane. The horrors he's seen have corrupted his brain. In the deepest room of this strange outpost, he finds a helmet that Sergeant Jenkins had lost. He reviews a recording of his final days and learns of the horrors as it plays. The recording ends as he looks around the room. From behind him, some pattering, then an audible boom. The doorways explode and out pours the flood, hungry for meat and the Master Chief's blood. He turns and he runs to the surface he braves, to ride up the lift and escape from his grave. When suddenly out of the smoke and the dark, a voice.
I am 343 Guilty Spark.
They teleport away to another position, and Spark tells the Chief the intent of this mission. This is the library, the index is there. With that we can kill the flood everywhere. The Chief understands, sets his mind on the task, and pulls out his shotgun to kick some flood ass. 343 tells the Chief of Halo's history. It was built long ago by the Forerunner, you see, to contain the flood and destroy them if needed, but it was too late. The Forerunners were defeated. Spark names the Chief Reclaimer, the one who will save the galaxy from its impending grave. He reaches the index at the library's peak and takes it for the sake of the gold that they seek. Reaching Halo's controls to insert the device, Cortana appears to explain Guilty Spark's lies. Part 5. 2 Betrayals and Keys. Cortana takes the index. 343 is betrayed. She explains to the Chief how he has been played. Halo's purpose is told, efficient and crude.
Halo doesn't kill Flood, it kills their food.
Spark is surprised that the Chief didn't know, and summons some sentinels as he turns to go. He betrays them back and leaves them to die, but the Chief isn't one to let sleeping dogs lie. Cortana proposes to destroy the ring. Blowing up the Pillar of Autumn would do just the thing. For that they need to find the captain. His codes will allow them to make this happen. But before they depart to find their man, they need to first seek out and do what they can to delay 343 from the ring's activation and destroy 3 generators near the control station. The Chief fights his way through and destroys them all, and Cortana sends him to the Truth and Rex halls, where Keys' transponder says he'll be found, with Covenant and Flood at war all around. When they see that Keys' location is near, on the radio a crackling, his voice they hear. He's in pain, he's dying, they must reach him soon. Through the dangerous halls they enter the room. A flood form is growing. It covers the helm. Cortana cries.
The captain, he's one of them.
Recovering the codes with an absence of care, they retreat to the hangar and get the hell out of there. Part 6. The Maw. Their tattered banshee, held together by strands, sails towards the great husk in the sands, the Pillar of Autumn lying in wait for the Chief to arrive and seal its fate. Through burned-out halls that seem ages past, Covenant and Flood scream, punch, and blast. They arrive at the bridge, countdown timer set, but 343 is already there, an imminent threat. He shuts off the timer. Cortana can't get through.
Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
Chief stops to think. Cortana has a notion. They can still make it boom with a manual explosion. The Spartan bounces a grenade in his hand while Cortana explains that they just need to land a grenade or rocket inside the reactor, but time, of course, is still a factor. Sentinels arrive to take their lives, but Chief has survived this 1,000 times. He makes his way to the ship's armory, and with rockets in hand, he smirks unseen. To the engine room he makes his way. As shifting conduits move and sway, he lands his rockets clean and true as the reactor begins to sputter and spew. The explosion inevitable, it's destined to be. Chief has only moments to be able to flee. He finds a warthog on the spine of the ship and embarks upon his treacherous trip. Through rooms and halls, valleys and humps, around pillars, up ramps, and formidable jumps, he sets his path to the Longsword Bay and sprints up ahead of the flood in his way. He boards the ship, the longsword takes wing, and back in the distance explodes the ring. Cortana is satisfied, with Halo departed, but the Chief warns back.
No, I think we're just getting started.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of these, please do let me know in the comments below, as well as with a like and subscribe. I'd love to continue with the rest of the Halo games, and after that, who knows? I'd love to hear your suggestions or ideas. I very much appreciate those of you that made it to the end of the video, and I would love to do this more for you in the future. Thank you very much. Until then, be legendary.